Hey all, Sean here, back again with another edition of Game On Cards and Collectibles. Actually, this is part 2 of a 22 card PSA reveal. Of course, all of my reveals are blind reveals. I am seeing the grades, just like you guys, for the very first time. If you haven't had a chance to see part 1 yet, please go back afterwards and check it out. And as always, please like and subscribe and tell a friend. Thanks for hanging out and spending some time with me today. First up, we have a 2023 Bowman, Matt Mervis, first edition, and we get a 10. Excellent. Although he's off to a slow start and got sent back down, I think he'll be back up later on this year from the minors and hopefully a promising career to come afterward. So, looking forward to see what he can do for the Cubbies. And next up, we're going to have the exact same card. I sent in a couple of these that I thought looked pretty sharp. Matt Mervis, 2023 Bowman, first edition. And it also comes back at 10. Alright, so I was spot on these. It's hard to tell because the left and the right from the bottom looks like it's centered, but the top part doesn't necessarily, so sometimes it's hard to tell with those new 2023 Bowmans, but glad that one gemmed. And next up, we have a 2022 Panini Prism UFC, Daniel Rodriguez. Kind of high on this guy. I think he's got some promise to move up the rankings. Thought this one looked sharp. And it comes back a 9. Okay. Now, missed something on this one. I thought that everything looked good. Left to right, top to bottom on the centering. The edges, the corners. I thought everything looked good on this one, so must have missed something on that, but 9's not too bad. All right. Next up is a Brett Beatty. This is a 2023 Topps Series 1 Gold. Gold foil, not the gold numbered to the serial number of the year. Thought this one looked really sharp. And it did, because it gemmed. Now, I recently watched a video, shout out to San Diego Upcycler, where he talked about the gold foil actually being more rare as far as pack odds than the serial numbered gold to the year. So the regular gold for Topps numbered to 2023 is actually a higher print run than the gold foil. So that's something I learned recently that I thought was pretty interesting. Brett has been playing a little bit better recently. He's picking up his game, and so as we near the end of the season, I think his cards have a good chance of heating up as well. All right, and we're moving on to the next card, which is a 2020 Owen Cassey. He is a Cubs prospect. Got high hopes for. This is the Sparkle, I believe. Thought this one looked really good. Chance to gem. And it actually comes back a mint 9. Sharp looking card though. He was in the trade for the Yu Darvish deal back a few years ago when the Cubs moved Yu Darvish to San Diego, and they got a nice prospect in return. So hopefully he'll be called up here pretty soon. All right, now coming up next, one of the cards I'm most excited about. This is the Barry Bonds from the 1992 Flops set, which was actually not even a set because they never got released as a card set. I thought this one looked really good. Add to my Flops collection, and it does. Yes, it comes back a Gem Mint 10. If you're not familiar with this series, in a couple of my previous videos, I did talk about the Flops kind of story, and you're more than welcome to check it out, but that's awesome. And I've got a few more I'm going to be sending in over the course of time to hopefully complete that 5-card set, and hopefully they're all going to be gem. Next up, we have a 2022 Panini Prism UFC Jalen Tarantula Turner. High on him. This is the silver card. He had a tough loss recently in one of his fights, but thought this one looked good. And it does. It comes back at Gem Mint 10. Excellent. Yeah, he's a prospect that I'm really high on. I think he's got a bright future in the UFC. Maybe even contend for the belt here in a couple years. So I'm glad to have that one in my collection. All right. Moving on, we have a Matt Manning. This is a 2020 2022 Topps Logo Fractor Edition green, numbered to 99. This one looked really sharp. I have a high chance of a gem, and it does. Excellent. This is a really nice looking, these logo fractors, I talked about these on a previous video, but they're really nice. If you happen to have a player that you really enjoy collecting and they have a card in the logo fractor, I definitely recommend picking one up. And he just was part of a combined no-hitter, so that was pretty cool. All right, and coming up next, we have let's see what else we've got here. Okay, good. We've got the best for last here. We've got a UFC Grant Dawson. This is the red Donruss Optic, numbered 199. These are tough to get in high grade, so I'm 50-50 on this, whether it will get a 9 or a 10. And it comes back a Gem Mint 10. That's awesome. These, like I said, really tough to get in a gem, but this one the centering is really tough on these. Some surface issues a lot of times as well, but he is another prospect who's coming up. Has a phenomenal start to his UFC career, and might be also fighting for a title here pretty soon. And coming up here next, we have a 1985 Topps Oral Hershiser rookie card. I thought this one had a really good chance to gem, but it's really tough to get anything from the 80s in a gem, so I'm probably going to end up getting a 9 here. Yep, it's a mint 9, which is actually okay. I paid almost nothing for the card, but I thought it looked really good. Even at a 9, it's still around a $40 to $50 card. So I'll take that. Looks really good. I honestly don't know what was even wrong. I mean, that card's perfect, so I don't know. And saving the best for last, we have the NFL Showdown, which was made by Wizards of the Coast. It's a Tom Brady from 2002. These cards are tough to get in a high grade, but I thought this one looked really good. And hoping for a 10, but probably looking at a 9 here. Either way, it'll be a nice card to have in the collection. Yep, and it comes back a mint 9. I'll take that any day. If you're not familiar with Wizards of the Coast, they are the company that created Magic the Gathering, and they came out with a football TCG set in 2002 and 2003, I believe were the 2 years. Kind of a hidden gem here, I think. There's, I don't know how the game was even played, but either way, these cards are 20 years old, and having a Tom Brady in his earlier years, that's a nice looking card. All right, so overall, I'd say it was a pretty good turnout for this 22 card submission with PSA. Looking at about a 55% gem rate or so. Had only one crazy 8. Thank God, no stupid 7. So thanks everybody for joining me today. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you again here really soon. Take care, everybody.